We want certain great powers to fill us, the power of love, the power of inspiration, the power of fame. But we don't want other powers to overtake us, such as the power of fear, the power of defeat, the power of depression, the power of competition, surviving, needing to be on top, needing to stay in the game, needing to play along, to manipulate, to strategize, always needing to do something, to find that special way we have learned to align or adapt or co-create, or so we think, with this greater power that is subtle, behind, underneath, around, and above it all. In the end, there really is nothing left to say or talk about. We can write, we can talk, we can speculate, we can philosophize, we can argue, we can debate, we can be a Democrat or Republican. We can have opinions, but in the end, we're left on our own with our own heart and with the peace that comes with authentic surrender. And authentic surrender is the hardest thing, and it takes a long time to get there. But it is probably the only peace that we'll ever have, is when we just stop imagining that whatever is to be is because of what we do to make it so. Things are not always in our hands, and most of the time, for some of us, they aren't. And there's a greater force at work that moves our life. And when we let that greater force move our body, this is divine inspiration. This is merging with the divinity. This is being in the flow of the grace of God. When we dance like a leaf on the wind, in more ways than one. But we can't pretend, because in the end, we know what we are and who we are, and we know what we have. What we have accomplished is inside of us, the true accomplishment. They can't be judged by the outside. They can't be judged by accomplishments that people can see, but it is an internalized peace with ourselves and who we become. And who we become is all a subjective situation. Who we have become depends on what we have aligned with and what we have surrendered to. Because when we are able to confront and embrace and move through and merge with our fear, this is when true spiritual growth is realized, and this is when genuine, authentic peace is obtained. And it's not easy, because it can be a lonely road. And there are so many ways we can learn to be with ourselves. And everyone has to learn on their own what those ways are. But taking time to be with yourself and not always having something outside of you to distract or stimulate is the fastest road to knowing who you are and the power that you possess because of the power that you have merged or surrendered to. You become one with what you give your energy to. You become one with what you lay down your life for. There is a great power that we can't deny, that we don't totally understand. A great power that moves our life for reasons unknown. There is a great power, bigger than all of us, made up of all of us. A mysterious force that brought us here. A power so vast we can't see it with our human eyes. We have to feel it in the silence, in the depths of our heart. We have to create the space to access the silence in the depths of our heart and all that blocks the depth and all that drowns out the silence. Those are the things that we evade, the things we run from, the things that we create chaos and activity and stimulation to avoid. All it really takes is just slowing down and facing what is in the moment facing the nothingness of what is in the moment. That intense feeling that you may have that you're facing in that moment is also the nothingness that is driving that delusion that we are. I am afraid and I am feeling this right now, but who am I that's feeling this? And that is where my karma lies, because the energy that is pushing that identification with that condition is the illusion of separation, the illusion of this personality that is filling this flesh, this lump of flesh. We are the energy that's moving it. We are experiencing ourselves because of all that has come before. This body, this face. And we're learning. We're learning to find out who the I really is, where that is. And it's so easy that it's almost impossible, because to strip everything away takes time, because it's not just an outward stripping, it's an inward stripping. But to constantly remember what you love most, what's most important to you. You have to go inward, 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 to the deepest part of being with yourself. And in that place, you will hear and feel the light of God. Hariom.